There's one piece of advice that I wish I had learned sooner that I'm going to share with you in this video, and this is going to be especially useful for those of you who are running what I guess we could call a non-branded cash cow business. Which, before I give you the advice, basically what I mean by this is a business that isn't really creating or building anything. So for example, that could be a general drop shipping store, which yeah, for sure the store has a name, but basically the whole business is just direct response marketing. Customers only buy one time. You're just trying to make as much money as possible, as fast as possible through paid ads. And that's it. There is absolutely no customer relationship, not creating your own product or service. Just this quick, superficial exchange of money through impulsive buying. Or an even better example of a non-branded cash cow business, what I mean by it, could be affiliate marketing, in which depending on how you're doing it, okay, there's many different ways in which you can do affiliate marketing, but in some of them, you might not even be collecting emails and you're just not building anything. You just have your traffic source. Then you take that traffic through your affiliate link and they land on the vendor's website. And then when a sale happens, you get your cut. And that's it. And your traffic source might even be paid ads. So it's not like you own a YouTube channel, an Instagram account, a TikTok account. So literally, you don't own anything in this entire process. You're just collecting money. That's it. You don't own the audience source. You don't have their emails. You didn't create any customer relationship. You have absolutely nothing. Now, this isn't always so black and white. Sometimes you might at least own the emails or the traffic source, you know, maybe the Instagram page, YouTube channel. So in reality, you have a scale from 0 to 10, and 0 would be if you absolutely own nothing, and 10 is if you are in absolute charge of every single part of the process and you own it completely. So for the most part, most of the businesses that you're gonna see, they fall somewhere in the middle of this area. But the thing that I'm referring to is that there is a big danger in the businesses in this zone down here. And this danger is part of the reason why I don't want to build these businesses anymore. Because in the past, I've had them. I've had these sort of general dropshipping stores, and I've also followed this exact model of affiliate marketing, which both of these things made me a lot of money. With affiliate marketing, at one point in time, I was making $3,000 a day with 66% profit margins. So that means 2K profit per day, which is basically 60K a month net. Clean, pure profit. And same with e-commerce. I've been able to scale stores to 100K a month. And I'm telling you, like, even though these are nice, I don't want to do these kind of non-branded cash cow businesses anymore, because there's 3 problems with these. The first problem that these businesses have is that they're very unstable, because all of it is very mechanical. There's rarely any traction that happens organically. Even the smallest thing, like you have to be there for things to happen. It's not like, for example, this YouTube channel in which I'm still getting views on my old videos, even if I were to do nothing. And from those views, there's people reaching out to me, sending me messages, wanting to buy my consulting services. There's this organic part to it. But in these cash cow businesses, it's like you always have to be there, okay? Every single thing, you have to make it happen. Then number 2, which is related to number 1, is that it's very easy to have to constantly be starting from scratch. So what I mean by that is that if you have a business, because I am giving you the examples at the bottom right here, if you have one of those, and for example, you're running Facebook ads on these vendors to promote an offer from a vendor that you know, and then all of a sudden your ad account gets shut down or you stop your ads for some reason or whatever, it's like your business can go from 100 to 0, like literally in 1 second. And this has happened to me in the past. And even with things that have nothing to do with Facebook ads. I remember, for example, with e-commerce dropshipping, when we were getting started, but we were already making these kind of numbers, Chinese New Year came around. And then for a month, the Chinese factories shut down. We were not able to buy the product. So for a few weeks, we had to stop everything. And we weren't experienced enough to be comfortable just selling things that we didn't have. And then just justifying it to customers like, oh, just wait, be patient, it's going to get there. Because we had a very low refund rate, even though we were a dropshipping store. And because of that, we had a really, really nice relationship with PayPal. And we got some really nice deals with them, which maybe I'm going to explain that in some other video. So I didn't want just to keep selling through Chinese New Year and run the risk of people getting mad, of not receiving their products and all of these things, and then risking losing this thing that we had right here. Now, yeah, for sure, we could have bought stock in advance, but that's the thing, and that's also part of the issue, which is like these sort of businesses, I feel like they go up super fast, they go down super fast, now it's up again, down again, which for sure you can argue that every single business in a way it's like this, but these sort of businesses that I'm talking about, it's like this, but multiplied by 10. It happens way more frequently and it's way more intense than in other sorts of businesses where you would be higher on this scale right here. There's this saying that I heard a long time ago, which says something along the lines of, a fence that goes up fast goes down even faster, which kind of applies to this thing that we're talking right here and all of these issues that might come with it. And then the problem number 3 of these sort of businesses is that they're not as sellable for big multipliers. So what I mean by that is that what makes a business very, very valuable are the assets that this business has, not just the system itself, but the things that the business owns. And that very often can be an audience, the pre-existing customers that you already have. But if it's just a simple store that you have, which yeah, for sure it's gonna have a name, but it's just a store with a nice design and your system set up with your supplier and everything, your own strategy. Yes, for sure you can sell it, but it's not gonna be crazy numbers. I have friends who have sold their businesses, which were these kind of non-branded cash cow businesses that I'm describing right here. And in some cases, they didn't even get a year worth of money in the sale. Now, there are 2 counter arguments to all of these things that I'm saying, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate on myself. Number 1 is like, who cares? Right? You're making a lot of money, which is completely true. And then number 2 is that the thing that you're creating, the thing that you own, yes, it might not be the audience or an amazing product or unique service, but the thing that you actually own is the money that you've made, which then you can use to do something else. And I guess a third counter argument to what I'm saying is that it doesn't have to be so black and white. That's why I keep insisting on this scale right here, which the thing that I would say is like, all of this is true, but it gets exhausting. This is a matter of personal preference, but to put it in simple terms, what I would say is that it is more valuable to own the machines and the land than to own a large harvest. That's how I personally see it. And you know, life can happen. You can save a lot of money, but you might start to get fancy or go through a few bad seasons in which you have to spend a lot of it. And the emotional distress of not having money coming in, even though you might have big reserves, can take a toll on you. And also like these businesses, they're cool when you have a lot of energy because you don't mind the fact that you might be starting all over again and now this happens and you're constantly fighting and restarting from zero, right? What I was saying, like, okay, you're at 100, now you're at 0, and you go back and forth between these 2 stages. But here's the thing, even though I'm still young, I'm starting to see that this is exhausting and how nice it is to actually work in a business that, yeah, maybe it doesn't grow super fast, but it's growing steadily and consistently, and that eventually it will take care of you instead of you being constantly the one who's taking care of the business itself. But in the case of these cash cow businesses that I'm describing, it just feels like it's stuck in the teenager age. Sometimes very bright and very smart, but other times they can be a tornado of chaos. Now, yes, for sure, you can outsource and hire for these things that I was mentioning right here, which is something that I'm sure a lot of you are thinking. And I've met people who do that, okay? I've met people who had these sort of same businesses that I had, especially with e-commerce, dropshipping, who, yeah, I was making like 6 figures a month, but I knew people who were doing this in a single day and they had huge teams, offices and all of that. But still, like, these things right here still happened. And also those businesses didn't last that much. And then what many others did is that they transformed this non-branded cash cow business into a branded business. Okay. And this is what I would recommend you to do if you're in this situation right here and you have this sort of business. And this is the advice that I did not listen to, because I actually, when I was doing e-commerce right here, I spent 10K on a mentor that was doing way more than me. And one of the pieces of advice that he gave me, because back then with this, I was making a lot of money with yoga products. Okay, I had like 2 or 3 big yoga product winners that made good money. And what he suggested to me, because of all of these issues that I'm discussing right here with you, is to get out of this. Okay, to get out of this mess. I mean, just look at this board. I have to figure out a better way to explain myself in these videos because it's so chaotic. But he said, like, you should create a branded yoga store. You already have a lot of the emails of the people who bought from you. Okay? You have thousands and thousands and thousands of orders of yoga customers. Just go and transition into a branded business. Now, I didn't do it because, to be completely honest with you, back then I was not interested in yoga at all. So eventually what happened with my business is that it kept crumbling down and down and down. But also, to be honest, it's not like I completely regret it, because me personally, I don't like to get into business or opportunities that I'm not interested in or I'm not curious about. I've already talked about this in some other videos of mine, my take on this. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you shouldn't care about what is the business about. It's all just about making money. Just push through it. It doesn't matter. That's not my personal philosophy. I've already covered this topic on my channel. I'm going to put a card right here on the video that I mentioned it in, so I don't have to repeat myself here. That being said, I don't think you have to love the business that you have, but I think at least you should like it. And it's like what Naval says. At the end of the day, to make a lot of money, to get truly rich and wealthy, one of the best ways is to actually own things. Okay, so if you have your own business and you're not ranking too high on this score right here, try to create a brand. Try to make your own thing. Put a label on it. Take care of your own customer. Create a relationship with them. Establish your own identity. Make something tangible that exists. Okay, so I just wanted to share this quick reflection with you. I hope that it was helpful. Subscribe because I post content like this on my channel frequently that can help you with new perspectives on business and life in general. And once you have subscribed, in the meantime, you can go watch some of my other videos. But for now, that's it. And hopefully I will see you very soon. Take care. Peace.